gratitude for your wonderful support, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It's my pleasure.
Sir, thanks and gratitude for your wonderful support, sir, towards the development and development of our students' career, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Most welcome you, sir. Can I start the welcome, Anbu? Anbu, sir, can I start the welcome? Thank you. அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். I put forth my sincere our management Kalasalingam group of institution for accepting full-heartedly to conduct this 66th International Virtual Learning Series with the blessing of Almighty founder Kalvi Vallal Deivathuriti Kalasalingam Ayya, with the support of our chairman Ilay Vallal Dr. K. Sridharan sir. I'm here to welcome. I'm here with welcome address for the inauguration of 66th International Virtual Learning Series in association with the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, South Tamil Nadu Local Branch, head office at Arulmigu Kalasalingam College of Pharmacy. Today we are proud to have an eminent scientist, notorious researcher, eminent undisputed researcher and honorable resource person, Dr. Giftson Senapathy, research scientist, Laser Research Center, Faculty of Health Sciences, University of Johannesburg. Can you hear, sir? Can you hear?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
South Africa to grace this occasion. It's a great honor to have with us for this occasion. So thank you for kindly being the valuable part of this wonderful session. Sir, your prestigious presence, a great honor for us and great motivation and inspiration for our students. We are really appreciate you for finding the time to be with us despite of your busy schedule. Most welcome, Dr. Giftson sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I welcome all the professors, faculty members, and my dear enthusiastic students for today's session. Students will kindly utilize this great opportunity to explore themselves. So this is the first and foremost need for your career. I hope this session will be a good platform for the students to get a good knowledge. So all the very best, all the students. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you, Giftson sir. Thank you, sir. Please, you can continue, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. It was really good, and it was a pleasure to present in today's webinar on the topic Nanomedicine Coupled Photodynamic Therapy, a promising strategy for cancer cure. It's really good. I'm just turning off my video so that there won't be any disturbance with the internet's signal. Am I audible to everyone? Is it okay, sir? Can I get the confirmation from you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good. Once again, from my part, I'm welcoming all of you, and it's really a privilege to present to you. And it's an international webinar, and I have searched some of your college pictures, and you can see that I don't know whether that is correct or not, whether this is what exactly, because this is what I found in the net, and I have displayed it. And in today's webinar, we'll be talking about what is the we know about cancer. We would have heard about cancer cases, or maybe through our friends, or through some of our relatives may be having some cancer. We might have come across few people like that. We would have known something about the cure for cancer, the treatment of cancer. In today's webinar, we'll be seeing what cancer and what exactly, why it is a big problem in the world, and why it is very difficult to treat cancer, and what are the different treatment strategies which are available in the cancer, and what is photodynamic therapy in that, and where photodynamic therapy will fit in, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of it. And then after that, we'll talk about, because when I was discussing today's webinar and about the students and who are the persons who will be attending the webinar, and he told me one particular thing: all the students will be attending, and it is for the knowledge, enriching the knowledge. And also he told me that it should create an impact in their lives. That is what we were discussing. So we planned something about this webinar. So after presenting this, I'll be presenting what are the opportunities available for this as well, so that it will be really useful for you in case if you are a PG student, or even if you are a first year UG student. It will be very helpful for you to plan ahead of your work. Because why I'm telling, ஏன் நான் சொல்றேன்னா, many a times in the science career, when we are taking the pharmacy career, science career, one point of time, some of us, when I talk to the people, they're struck somewhere. They're struck somewhere, and due to getting into some jobs, they're trying to sneak out somewhere and try to fix or try to get whatever that is available, and they're taking it. But that is not actually it should have been done. We can plan well ahead our career, and our career can obey what we decide for, and that is the inherent capacity that we have. So maybe this will open up your eyes, and it will give you some idea related to what exactly which is happening, and what are the opportunities in this field that you can further go through it. Okay, so since due to time, I'll be starting, and this is what we're going to see. And I'm apologizing you, I'm very sorry, because we are half an hour shortage of time, and I've started. Because of some technical glitches, it was delayed. I'm very sorry, because sorry for making you guys to wait. Okay, with okay, we'll go further. Today's topic is on nanomedicine coupled photodynamic therapy, a promising strategy for cancer care. Okay, first let me start with this. Okay, even if you can't talk out, but I just want you to read together. No need to open your mic, but just read it in your mind. You will never win if you never begin. Okay, it's a famous sentence. See, many a times we will be having lots of things in our mind, lots of dreams in our mind. If you ask anyone, they'll be having lots of dreams. They want to become like this, and their life has to become like this. Their family should they will be like that. But we have plans, lots of plans in our mind. Okay, in other words, we can say plans are plenty, but if you see the results are empty. We don't know. Many a times when I talk to the students, I used to hear from them. It requires a lot of things. I have great dreams, but it requires a lot of things to achieve that. But I'll tell you one thing: simple steps is enough to just do what you want. Simple steps are just enough, to fulfill all your dreams. So the first start is the first starting trouble. You will never win if you never begin. Please start. Okay, fine. It's this is how I need to start it. And I just want to, before I go further, I just want to show you some pictures about University of Johannesburg, and what is Johannesburg actually? Johannesburg is actually a city. It's a cosmopolitan city in South Africa. Before coming to South Africa, when I got this opportunity, I was thinking, oh, it's South Africa, because you would have seen the pictures of South Africa in African continent and Discovery and everything. I thought it's a very desert, it's not fertile. I thought it's kind of feeling. But when I came here, actually, I realized it's a very good city, university. And Johannesburg, it's a cosmopolitan city in South Africa. And South Africa is in the southern part of African continent, and it's very different. It is just like Europe. It is not like the rest of the Africa. South Africa is just like Europe. You can compare it with some of the European countries in the world, and it comes under the top 50 countries in the world. These are some of the pictures of Johannesburg, and this is the university where I'm working. It is called as the University of Johannesburg. Actually, University of Johannesburg has 4 to 5 different campuses, and this campus is called as APK. This is the main campus. You can see it. And I need to tell you, Johannesburg University, University of Johannesburg is one of the universities, one university which entered into the world ranking in 2020. So it's a very standard and compared to all the other universities. And there is one more campus called as Bunting Campus UG Okay, this is what the picture is about. And there is one more campus called the Soweto campus. It's also called as UGSWC. And there is some other campus called as UJDFC, or otherwise called as Dunfontein campus. And this is where I'm working. This is where my office is. Okay. Um, Let me introduce my niche, research niche. I'm currently working in Laser Research Center in University of Johannesburg. This is me where I'm standing, and she's the director and head of this Laser Research Center. Her name is Dr. Professor Heidi Abraham. She is the founder of Laser Research Center. See, Laser Research Center is a very standout research center in the University of Johannesburg. So we are not offering any courses. It's only research. It's purely research. Only research projects and R&D is running on in the Laser Research Center, and basically it's on cancer. So it comes under the Faculty of Health Sciences, and these are the niche areas. That means these are the subdivisions of Laser Research Center. One is photodynamic therapy. There is another thing called as photobiomodulation, another thing called as wound healing, and another thing diabetic wound healing in specific. And there is phytophotodynamic therapy and stem cell therapy. I'm working in photodynamic therapy, and in specific, I'm working in phytophotodynamic therapy. And this is what something about the place and the university and the research center where I'm working. Okay, just I'm just showing everything in order to, because I cannot take you here and you will not have the chance to come and see here. So it's better to see everything so that you will get an idea what exactly is that. Okay, and I need to tell you one particular thing: Indians are everywhere, to every corner of this world, to every corner of, if you go to even a remote college or university anywhere in the world, you can see an Indian studying, or you can see an Indian working there. So the world is wide, the opportunities are wide. It is up to you to take it up. Okay, fine. This is just a piece of encouragement for you. And this is my team. This is the LRC team, or laser research team, where we are working. It's a very casual thing, We'll be very hard working in the labs, but then of course we'll be having some fun moments as well. This is the entire research team. Fine. These are some of the projects which I was working, and some of the projects which I got, and some of the projects which is completed and which is ongoing. The one which is highlighted is the present project which I'm working. These are other projects as well, main and collaborative projects. Okay, let's go further to the topic. Okay, fine, good. What do you know about cancer? Before knowing what exactly is cancer is, okay, um, I just want you to see this. You know how many atoms, or how many atoms that we are made of? And it says that an adult human being is made up of around 7 into, you can't count the zeros, right? It is 7 into 10 power 27. 7 into 10 power 27 atoms. This is how complex we are made of. 7 into 10 power 27 na octillion சொல்லுவாங்க. It is called as octillion. We are made of 7 octillion atoms. This is unimaginable, right? Okay. Okay, I want you to read this. Before you finish reading this statement, more than 2 billion new cells would have been formed in your body. இப்போ நீங்க யாரெல்லாம் படிச்சீங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. In case if you have read this sentence, then you can be assured that more than 2 billion new cells would have formed in your body before reading the statement, before finishing the statement. You got it? In the time, new 2 billion cells would have been formed in your body. This is what the exact reality, how complex we are. So your body, it means your body produces 25 million new cells each second. Over a second, your body is producing 25 million new cells. So that much enormous the cell division is that. You would have asking me, you might be thinking that 25 new million cells each and every second, if it is produce ஆச்சுன்னா ஒருவேளை நம்ம பாடி அப்போ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கணும். Then each and everyone will be like the size of a Hulk, It will be increasing more and more because new cells are producing in 25 million new cells are producing in each second. But ஒருவேளை அந்த டிவிஷன் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம ஹல்க் ஆயிருந்திருப்போம். We would have been very enormous or huge, but it doesn't happen to anyone because there is actually a controlled cell division is there. So in case of new cells are formed, it means that there are some other cells which would have been already died in our body, dead in our body. To replenish that or to occupy that space, these new cells are formed. So there is always, we can see there is a momentum, or we can see always there is a balance between the new cells which are being divided and the cells which are being dead. Okay, fine. So you can understand that there is an enormous cell multiplication. Okay, there is an enormous cell multiplication, but you need to understand that this cell multiplication is always controlled. Ivlo complex cells when we are having in our body, you need to understand that though the normal cell multiplication is there, it is always controlled. I think you must be knowing all of these things because you're from pharmacy background. Just I'm giving you a glimpse of it. What will happen? I highlighted the word and control. What will happen if the control loses? நீங்களே யோசிச்சு பார்க்கலாம். Whenever you lose control in your life, it won't be same. It is not normal. Whenever there is some control is lost, maybe you're riding a bike, if you lose the control, it will not leave you the proper consequences. It is going to leave you some consequences, right? So when this cell multiplication, if it is in control, nothing, no problem is there. But when this control is lost, okay, when it becomes uncontrolled, this is what leads to cancer. So cancer is called as the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the body. Why it is very deadly? Because WHO says that in 2018, 17 million new cases of cancer were formed and 9.6 million cancer deaths happened worldwide. So they have decided, or they have concluded from the statistics, 1 out of 6 deaths, it's due to cancer all around the world. And it is also estimated that in 2040, which is in 20 years of time, 27.5 million new cases will be there for every year. Do you know there are more than 150 types of cancer, and now it has increased to be 200 different types of cancer? எவ்வளவு cancer types உங்களுக்கு தெரியும்? Maybe we know only few cancers, lung cancer, liver cancer, like that. But if you see, there are more than 200 types of cancer out there, 150 and 200. But even though there are many different types of cancer out there, but the cancer, most of the cancer deaths around the world, throughout the world, is due to 5 different cancer. Or we can tell that 5 most different important cancers are there, which are said to be very deadly than other cancers. So those are lung cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer, liver, and breast cancer. Okay, fine. You may be wondering, a person is normal, but how suddenly a person is getting cancer? You may be thinking that a person is very healthy. I know a person, I know a lady in Coimbatore. She is a cancer specialist. She's treating women for cervical cancer. She's an oncologist. She's a cancer specialist. But you know what happened? She died out of cancer. So it is unpredictable. You may be thinking that how cancer is causing a person because he's normal, but suddenly he or she is having cancer. Actually, the main causes are said to be in 2 different factors. One is external or internal factors. External factors means we are exposed to different chemicals, different carcinogens, different chemicals. Maybe many times you would have read that the Murray நீங்க வடை or whatever it is you are eating, நீங்க வந்து அந்த பேப்பர்ல மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி, அதாவது அதை அமுக்கி சாப்பிடக்கூடாது because the ink that is in the paper, it is carcinogenic. அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க கேள்விப்படலாம். Likewise, some of the food adulterants or cancer carcinogenic. And when you're exposed, occupational thing is also there. When you're exposed to different chemicals, because when you're as your pharmacist, when you're working in different chemicals, you'll be exposed to some of the carcinogens knowingly or unknowingly. And also UV light is one of the famous cause of cancers, particularly the skin cancer. Likewise, there are external or physical agents, but there are internal factors also which can cause cancer. That is genes. There are some genes like P53 or BCL2. When those genes, when they get mutated, it will cause cancer. Okay, so there are the causes of cancer are variety. It's not single. And a minute. Okay, WHO says five, apart from these things, WHO says five leading lifestyle changes can cancer one-third of cancers. அதாவது ஒரு five different leading lifestyle changes. We have different lifestyle changes nowadays because of the occupation or because of the emerging scenario of the world, present world. You see a hero, you see a movie in the hero is waking up by 11 o'clock in the morning and he's just without brushing and he's going and sipping his coffee and he's looking at the balcony. It becomes a style icon and people try to follow that. People try to follow the same. Because of this, there are lots of lifestyle changes. Smoking, sedentary lifestyle, or whatever it is, you can think. Because in earlier stages, when our grandparents or great grandparents, they were following a regular pattern for the human life. Because early in the morning, early to bed, they'll be getting up by 5 o'clock before the sun rises, and they'll go to bed very early, maybe around 9 or 10, and they properly follow the natural foods and everything. So you see the incidence of cancer in those ages, in those times, it's very less. But now it is increasing. Why? It is because of the change in the lifestyle. Yes, change in the lifestyle is one of the major important factors for cancer. And WHO says five leading lifestyle changes. For example, high BMI. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் what is BMI? Or obesity, you can just think. Or low fruit and vegetable intake. That is a second cause. Maybe your mom will be telling you to eat fruits and vegetables, which you're not interested on, that you should see. This is one of the causes. Lack of exercise, tobacco usage, either in the form of smoking or either in the form of taking the non-tobacco or non-smoking tobacco products like pan parak or some gutkhar, whatever it is, and alcohol use. These five different things, you know, is one of the major leading lifestyle changes for cancer. I'll tell you one thing, causes for cancer. I'll tell you one thing. In case among these five different types, or in case among these five different lists, do you think, do you come across in any of this? ஒருவேளை உங்களுக்கு obese இருக்கீங்களா, or are you thinking that you're eating low fruits and vegetables, you're more into junk food, or you're thinking that you're lack in exercise, or you're thinking that you're smoking, so you're a smoker, or you're an alcohol user, whatever it is. You have to check your life. You have to think that you're more prone to the risk of cancer. Okay, you're more prone to the risk of cancer. It's better, always prevention is better than cure. Okay, this is not a lecture given by me. This is what the statistics which is given by WHO, by examining the people around the world. Okay, fine. And also, you need to understand that tobacco is one of the main causes of cancer. Maybe 20% of cancer deaths worldwide is due to tobacco. Okay, fine. Let's come to the okay, there are so many cancers. We have seen about cancers and different types of cancer, why they are causing. Let's focus our attention towards cancer treatments. If cancer, and there are lots of cancers like this. Now, what are the different treatments which are available in for cancer? Cancer treatment we can divide into two different types. One is conventional cancer treatment, and the other one is non-conventional cancer treatment. Conventional cancer treatment, convention means something which is regular. The regular use பண்ற cancer treatment, conventional cancer treatment. Non-conventional cancer treatment or treatments which are not used regularly or not used by anyone, but in special needs or in special cases they'll be using it. Conventional cancer treatments are widely accepted. Okay, non-conventional cancer treatments, it is subjective. That means it works to one person and it doesn't work with the other person. And also lack of scientific validation is there. They are not able to validate scientifically, they are not able to prove it scientifically that this is the best treatment. So because of that, it is not mostly acceptable. Conventional cancer treatments are also called as mainstream therapies. Non-conventional cancer treatments are also called as supportive therapy. Conventional cancer treatmentsனா என்னன்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ நீங்கள் சொல்கிறோம்ல சர்ஜரி, radiation therapy, chemotherapy, அதெல்லாம் everything comes under conventional cancer treatment because they are widely used. And conventional cancer treatment, it focuses mainly on cancer cells. Cancer cells, the target is through chemotherapy or surgery or radiation therapy, whatever it is, the target is cancer cells has to be killed. That is what. No matter whether if the normal cells is also killed, that doesn't matter. That is not the focus. But we want to kill the cancer cells. அப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா what happens, the side effects are more. Okay, so conventional cancer treatments focus on cancer cells. Non-conventional cancer treatments focuses on patient's well-being. It is also focusing on treating the cancer, but also it is focusing on patient well-being. um, you might have come across people chemotherapy undergo பண்றவங்க, you would have seen that they are bald, they don't have hair, their hair loss will be there. நீங்க நினைக்கலாம் ஹீமோதெரபி பண்றவங்க எல்லாம் they have to remove their hair. No, it is not like that. They are not removing their hair. It is because of side effects of the drug, the hair is falling down. They are immunosuppressed. They are more prone to even a mild fever or cold will become very fatal in their life, because the chemotherapeutic drugs or the chemotherapy, whatever it is destroying even the normal cells. Okay, this is the main difference, but that doesn't happen in the non-conventional cancer treatment. Uh, this is what exactly is that. This is what the main difference and what you need to know. Now, what are conventional cancer treatments? There are three different types of conventional cancer treatments. Are there three different therapies can be clubbed or grouped in conventional treatments? One is chemotherapy. You know what is chemotherapy? Treating cancer through drug products. Surgery, removal of cancer, excision or removal of cancer tumor, through surgical methods. Radiotherapy, treating through radiation, particularly gamma radiation. Okay. Of course, you know very well that some of the radiation can cause cancer. At the same time, you need to know that some of the radiations can kill the cells can entirely. One of the rays are gamma rays. So treating cancer using gamma rays or radiation is called as radiation therapy. You can see that this is used by most of the healthcare professions. Okay, but the most important factor or the most important thing that you need to note is that the recurrence and side effect is always there. Recurrence means surgical remove பண்ணிரலாம். Say for example, most of the cases in breast cancer, you see there is a surgical removal of the breast. So it doesn't mean that if the breast is removed or if the cancer is removed, the cancer will not come again. It doesn't mean that. But you can see after some time, the person again develops cancer, even though it is removed. So that is called as a recurrence. Once we think that it is gone entirely, but it comes again. Likewise, the same thing happens in radiation also. When after radiation therapy or after radiotherapy, the cancer is completely removed, but in due course of time, it recurs again, it comes back again. The same thing is with chemotherapy. So these are important drawbacks in the conventional cancer treatment. Though chemotherapy, surgery, radiotherapy is effective and it is used by everyone, but it is having a side effect because the recurrence is there, and also side effects, dose limiting side effects are there. I told you must have heard about this famous statement, operation successful but patient died. Operation ரொம்ப successful முடிஞ்சிருச்சுப்பா, but you know what happened? The patient is dead. Sometimes this happens, or most of the times this happens. You can see that most of the people, the side effects of the chemotherapeutic drugs is very more. It's lot, even in radiotherapy also. So sometimes you can see this, a person, more people would have been died out of chemotherapeutic drugs because of the side effects than actual cancer. Yes, I know exactly what I'm talking is true. I know a person who was diagnosed with cancer, okay, at the age of 14, but he was surviving till the age of 48. 48. Okay, but he was not undergoing severe treatment. He was not undergoing severe treatment. He didn't subject himself to treatment. I know other person who is very young, who was diagnosed for cancer in the age of 32, but before he reached the age of 40 or 45, he died. He was surviving only for 10 years because of the side effects of the drugs. So the side effects and the recurrence are very important. Okay, they're highly toxic and they have low efficacy, whatever it is. These are the things. This led to the development of non-conventional treatments. See, if these three are working well, there won't be any new treatments. But these three are not working well. This led to the development of non-conventional treatments. Let's see what non-conventional treatment is. It's also called as complementary medicine or alternative medicine. You know what is alternative medicine, right? You know what is complementary medicine, right? It can complement. Okay, complementary medicine. There are different types of complementary, and also this includes what are the treatments which can come under non-conventional treatments. Say, for example, nutritional therapy, natural therapy, physical therapy, or physiotherapy, pain management, diet and nutrition. Even diet, changing the diets and nutrition can reduce the risk of cancer, or can reduce the cure of cancer. So can increase the cure of cancer. I'm sorry. Meditation is one good approach, spiritual approach, naturopathy, homeopathy, sports and counseling, all these things comes under non-conventional cancer treatment. At times, sometimes you need to understand that these alternative medicines, they work better than the conventional treatments. That is, they work better than the chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or whatever it is. But it is, again, it is subjective. Say, for example, it works better for me, but it will not work better for you. It differs from subject to subject. That is person to person. So it is subjective. So we can't say that this is how it is, because it differs from person to person, because all the cancers are different. The breast cancer is entirely different from lung cancer. Likewise, every cancer has its own individuality. So you can't devise a common treatment for a common cancer. Okay. Okay. Let's come to advanced cancer treatments. What are the advanced cancer treatments? Advanced cancer treatments means, modifications of the earlier treatments. Earlier concentrations, modifications. Some of the innovative methods were introduced. So that becomes like advanced cancer. What are the different advanced cancer treatments? Okay, the first thing and the first important thing is called as immunotherapy. Okay. Uh, I think you're following. Am I still audible? I just want to confirm it with the connection.
So please, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm checking again, because often we can't trust the technology, because we'll be talking, we'll be talking to a person, but the other person would have been disconnected. So I'm just confirming. Okay.
Sir, I will inform you, sir. Any interruption.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. There are a few advanced cancer treatments. We'll just see what are they. Okay, in general, we'll see what are they. General categories of advanced cancer treatments. Say, for example, the first and foremost, very important cancer treatment, advanced cancer treatment, is immunotherapy. That is treating cancer with immune cells. Okay, antibodies. You can treat the cancer with anti-monoclonal antibodies, because monoclonal antibody therapy is there, and also cancer vaccines are there, because there are many cancers which have vaccines developed against it. So you have cancer vaccines are there. Cancer vaccines is one such good field where you have lots of opportunity. Particularly as pharmacists, you have lots of opportunity in cancer vaccines. There are lots of companies in the world, big multinational companies, which are investing a lot of amount in cancer vaccine, developing cancer vaccines. So you don't delimit yourselves with, with a pharmacy store, or with ending up in working as a pharmacist in a hospital, or just whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say is that, no, your opportunity is enormous. Just explore it. When you're free, explore it, and you'll be finding it. Okay, that's different. Let's come back to the topic. Cancer vaccine, treatment of cancers using vaccines, and treatments of using cancers using non-specific immunotherapy. For example, antibody is something specific. You have non-specific treatment as well. Say T cell therapy. T cell therapy is there, which is one of the famous treatments for immunotherapy. Very recently, there was a significant improvement or significant discovery in the T cell therapy, which found to be very much promising in curing many cancers. Okay, so these treatments using immune system, immune cells, or immune system, or targeting immune system, is called as immunotherapy. Okay, so immunotherapy is one of the most important advanced treatment strategy for cancer. There is one more thing called as gene therapy. நிறைய time நீங்க கேட்டிருப்பீங்க gene therapy or whatever it is. Nothing. The thing is that I already told you, there is cancer is also caused due to genetic changes. Okay, when there is a change in the genetic change, in the genes, in the mutation of genes, it causes cancer. So gene therapy is nothing but முள்ள முள்ளால தான் எடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி, you must have heard about it. Likewise, gene therapy is that, you just change different genes, and you introduce those genes as vectors into the vectors, and you form the genes and you introduce those genes which can cure or which can revert the cancer cells into normal cells, or which can lead the cancer cells to self-killing or apoptosis. These different types of treatment using genes and gene modifications is called as gene therapy. Okay, this is one of the important things. And the hormonal therapy is there, particularly breast cancer, because breast cancer, you can see that many cancers are due to hormonal changes. Okay, so whatever the hormone which has changed, you can use the same hormone in a different format, and you can use that as a therapy for the hormone for the cancer. This kind of treatment is called as a hormone therapy. Or sometimes hormone can be used as targeting individuals or targeting ligands which can find the cancer cells, and you can what is a couple or conjugate a cancer drug with the hormone which can go and find the cancer cells, and it can cure the cancers, or you can target the cancer. So targeted therapy is also possible through hormone therapy. So treatment of cancer using hormones and their derivatives of hormones are called as hormone therapy. It is one of the advanced system. And stem cell therapy, you know what is stem cell therapy? You must have heard about stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy, you know, cancer sometimes, when even if it is cut by the surgery, even if it is removed by the surgery, it comes again. Why it is coming again? Because the cancer cells are removed, but the cancer stem cells are still remaining there in the body. So these cancer stem cell can form cancer cells again in the body, and again it can recur the occurrence of cancer. So stem cell therapy works in two different angles or two different strategies. One is killing the cancer stem cells completely and thereby preventing the cancer relapse or tumor relapse. Another thing is that giving stem cells, giving new stem cells in the form of immune cells and treating them, triggering the cancers, or which brings about the tumor regression. So this is called about stem cell therapy. You must have known about what is stem cell therapy is. That I'm just giving a broad outline of stem cell therapy, how it can be used for cancer. So these four are most of the most important or advanced cancer treatments, apart from surgery, apart from radiation, and apart from whatever it is, chemotherapy. Okay. Then another advanced treatment called as photodynamic therapy. Okay, photodynamic therapy. I'm going to talk very deep into photodynamic therapy. Then you must have heard about targeted therapy. See, why there is a side effect in cancer? Because the cancer drug is killing cancer cells and also the normal cells. There is no target approaches there. But what if happens if the cancer cells goes and find only the cancer cells and kill the cancer cells alone? It is not affecting the normal cells anymore. So this kind of targeting only the cancer cells and killing the cancer cells or removing the cancer cells using the drugs is called as targeted therapy. Okay, targeted cancer therapy is there. Then nanomedicine, we'll be talking further about nanomedicine. Of course, your pharmacy background, you'll be knowing what is nanomedicine. Okay, fine. It is nanomedicine works in many different things. Okay, if a drug is reduced to nano size, it has got lots of effects. It can intrude the cell, it can enter into the cell, it can enter into the minute pores of cells, it can go and target many different cell organelles, and it can cause cure or kill the cancer cells or whatever it is. Okay, so nanomedicine is one of the very important fields in advanced treatments of cancer. Then one more most important thing is called as phytotherapy. Phyto means plant, therapy is treatment. So using the plants to treat the cancer is called as phytotherapy. You got it? So these are non-conventional and advanced cancer treatment methodologies which are available at present. Okay. As I told you, immunotherapy, it is a very important therapy. And this is the latest news from January 20th and 20. You can see this in the BBC News. Important immune discovery may treat all cancer. Actually, they come across something called as immunotherapy. They come across activating a method of activating humans, our immune system, particularly T cells. So when these activated T cells are there, these activated T cells and go and find the cancer, and it can be used for treating the cancers. It can find and approach the cancers, and it can reduce or it can kill the cancers. And this technique is working for a wide range of cancer, not only breast cancer. Of course, it was proven to be beneficial in breast cancer and prostate cancer, but it is not only for breast and prostate. It can be used for a wide range of cancers. And the doctors or the researchers, they are confirming it. This important immunodiscovery may treat many of the cancers. That is what they're thinking. Okay, you need to understand that these advanced cancer treatments works on different stages, or it works on different targets in the human body. Okay, these advanced cancer treatments, say for example, whether it is um, chemotherapy, sorry, whether it is immunotherapy or whether it is stem cell therapy or whatever it is, you can't tell, you cannot tell that stem cell therapy works in this and immunotherapy works in this only. No, you can't tell like that. They have different cancer targets. I guess what you're, it is what you got, what I'm trying to say, you got it, I guess. Say, for example, these advanced cancer treatments can affect the immune cells. At the same time, it can bring about demon damage in the cancer cells. At the same time, it can increase apoptosis in the cancer cells. At the same time, it can increase patient survival. At the same time, it can increase the anti-cancer effect. At the same time, it can protect the normal cells. So it works in many different targets. Okay, multi-targeted. Okay, multifaceted approach we used to say. Whereas if you see chemotherapy and radiotherapy and surgery, that is conventional therapy, it doesn't work with all these different things. It is not working with all different things, different strategies. Okay, so advanced treatment cancers, sorry, advanced cancer treatments are more advantageous because they work in multi-targeted fashion inside the human body. This is what the different targets which an advanced cancer treatment can work on. Okay, my present focus or our present focus is on photodynamic therapy, which I'll be telling you very deeply. I'm working on photodynamic therapy, nanomedicine, phytotherapy, and targeted therapy. I'm clubbing all the four together. Okay, and we are working on this approach for treating cancer. Okay, fine. What is photodynamic therapy? It's a very new word. Of course, the word may be new, but it emerged in few decades earlier. Okay, it's not new. The word photo, it shows light. Photodynamic therapy, it doesn't mean that. It is very clear that photodynamic therapy means treating cancer or a treatment strategy using light rays. Light. Okay, we are using lasers. We are using lasers to treat cancer. Likewise, even normal visible light can be used to treat many different diseases. So photodynamic therapy is not only for treating cancer. Photodynamic therapy can be used for treating even headache, that is migraine, even treating some wounds, diabetic wounds. They can use photodynamic therapy. We are using photodynamic therapy to treat cancer. That is what I'm going to talk about. So it is one of the advanced method. It is a non-surgical treatment. There is no surgery needed. It's an easy procedure. Photodynamic therapy needs three different individuals. Okay, that is which can cause damage to cancer cells, and when they are combined. I'll talk to you about that. What are the three different components? One is light. Photodynamic therapy has three different components, which uses three different components called as light, photosensitizer, and oxygen. This photosensitizer, light, you know what is light. Oxygen, you know what is oxygen. Photosensitizer, what is photosensitizer? It is just a drug, just like your chemotherapeutic drug. There is some drugs called as photosensitizers or some chemicals which are called as photosensitizers. If you are really interested, since you're from pharmacy bracket, you can just type what is a photosensitizer. Nothing. A photosensitizer will sensitize the normal cells or will sensitize the light into in a different fashion. Okay, a normal light, it can sensitize to have an effective light. Okay, so when these three combined in the body, it forms oxidative stress inside the cells. Whenever there is oxidative stress in the cells, it leads to cell damage, particularly cancer cell damage. This is what exactly happens. This is the mechanism. I'm not going to explain you very detailedly about this mechanism. This is called as Jablonski mechanism, Jablonski diagram. Just I'll tell you very simply. I told you it is about activating light and using it for killing the cancer cells. This is the concept. If you see the green color light, the green color light hits on, or it hits on PS. PS is called as photosensitizer, a chemical. When a light is passed through a chemical drug called as photosensitizer, it goes to the excited state and it releases some power, or it releases some energy. The energy is directly captured by the cancer cells, okay, and it forms ROS. Or sometimes the energy is captured and by the oxygen to form singlet oxygen, and singlet oxygen or free radicals are very damaging to normal cells or cancer cells or whatever it is. So using light, increasing the oxidative stress in the form of ORS or singlet oxygen inside the cancer cells, and thereby leading the cancer cells to kill itself, okay, either to apoptosis or through necrosis. This particular mechanism or this particular process is called as photodynamic therapy, and it works on this mechanism. Okay, fine. I'm just explaining you in a very simple manner. I'm not going very deep detailing. Okay. This is what we are working actually. This is what I'm working. Say, for example, a nanoparticle or a nano drug I'm preparing. I'm conjugating a nano drug. I'm conjugating my drug with a nanoparticle with a targeted ligand. I'm making it as a nano conjugate. I'm using that for photodynamic therapy using for lung cancer. This is what the approach I'm using now. Okay. See, zinc phthalocyanine is one of the chemosensitizers which I'm using. This is what some of the examples of chemosensitizers, sorry, photosensitizers. There are many photosensitizers as well. You can just go through it, Google it, and you can find many photosensitizers which can be used for photodynamic therapy of cancer. Okay, fine. I'll show you some of the results where இப்போ ரொம்ப டீப்பா போனோம்னா உங்களுக்கு புரியாது. I'm showing you some of the results so that you will understand. நீங்க தியரிட்டிக்கலா நீங்க படிக்கிறது how exactly is it is in the cellular level. I'm going to show you many pictures. So sit back and just see. I'm going to show you many pictures. Through that you can understand what exactly how a treatment will have an effect in the cancer cells. Okay, so this is, you don't worry about what cancer, you don't worry about what treatment or whatever it is. I'm just showing you. See, this is targeting the reactive oxygen species. When I'm giving a drug in photodynamic therapy, it increases the reactive oxygen species. See, whenever you can see that these are the dark color cells, that is the control cell, untreated cells, treat பண்ணாத cells. But the கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா bright green colorல bright இருக்குல்ல, green fluorescence, when it is increased, it shows that the cells are treated. So whenever there is lots of fluorescence, you can understand that the reactive oxygen species have increased. Whenever the reactive oxygen species or ROS is increased inside the cell, it causes something called as oxidative stress. I think you know about this. We don't have time to explain that. It causes oxidative stress. When oxidative stress is increased in the cell, it leads to cell death. Okay. This is apoptosis. This is what happens when a cell is treated, when a cancer is treated with a drug in photodynamic therapy. All these are for plant drugs. Okay, this is my approach. I am using a plant drug. I'm much interested in plant drugs because for the past I think almost 14 years I've been working in the field of cancer with drugs, phytodrugs, plant drugs and plant components. That is my area of approach. Because without knowing or without unknowing, you and me, particularly in the Indian cuisine, in the Indian food, in the Indian diet, we are eating lots of chemicals, lots of important chemicals, phytochemicals inside in our diet, which is excellent in curing cancers. Not only cancer, in many diseases. Okay, so this is my approach. So when our food is having lots of chemicals which are having a curing capacity, why can't we use the same for curing a cancer, which is supposed to be a deadly disease? Maybe some modifications of treatment is required, and that is what the modifications I'm making here. Okay, I'm using one such modification called as photodynamic therapy in using a cancer drug or using a plant drug to treat cancers. I'm thinking that you're following, you can understand it. Now, the green colorல இருக்க cells பாருங்க, these are untreated cells, these are control cells. But when they are subjected to photodynamic therapy or when they are subjected to cancer, treatment, what happens? In the green cells, you can see some orange cells. And you can see, if you see the arrow mark in the third, Okay, you can see that is one cell which is divided, not divided, one cell which is killed, which is totally destroyed into pieces. Okay, this is by apoptosis. And finally, if you can see, if the orange color increases, it shows that the cancer cells or sorry, the apoptosis or the dead cells are increasing. So you can see that upon treatment, when the photodynamic therapy treatment is introduced, it kills cancer cells, and you can see that you can see that how effective it is. Okay, and this is one model which we worked in colon cancer. You can see in the A and B, it is almost normal. A and B, it is almost normal. Okay, but if you see the C, D, E, and F, you can see that the minute dots are not minute dots. They are inflamed. They form polyps. They form aberrant crypts. Okay, but upon treatment, you can see that these, if you can see C and D, it has a lot of aberrant crypts. But upon treatment, it can reduce the aberrant crypts. Okay, you can see that the F you can compare with A. A is the normal one, F is the treatment one. You can see the treatment makes the cancer to become like a normal cell. Okay, so this is how it is effective in. Okay, immunomodulation. I'm not going to explain this. Modulating the immune cells. Here we have taken bone marrow cells. Okay, how the treatment increases the bone marrow cells. That is what we are seeing. So we found that photodynamic therapy also works on immune system, and it increases the immune system, increases the immune cells, so that our body is able to fight against the cancer cells of its own. Okay, then this approach is called as a DNA damage. You can see that upon treatment, the dot மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுல, this is a comet assay. You must have seen about, you must have studied about comet assay. This is what comet assay. The HeLa and CeLa control the dot மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுல untreated cells. They are untreated cancer cells. But you can see upon treatment, upon photodynamic therapy, you can see the DNA damage is increasing. DNA damage எப்படி increase ஆகும்னா, it can see the formation of comet. When there is a formation of comet is seen, you can see that the DNA is damaged more. When the DNA is damaged more, the cancer cell is no longer alive, it is dead. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you can see visually here, this we worked out in a tumor model. Okay, we see visually how the tumor burden, tumor size is decreased by photodynamic therapy. And you can see the morphology. In the first picture pathina, it's about the cancer. An animal is having cancer. If you see the next pictures, the next two pictures are treated pictures. They are treated. If you see the third picture, third animal pathina, cancer romba cure irukku, but the animal is not normal. இதுதான் நான் சொன்ன example. This is what where I told that operation is successful but the patient is dead. This animal, the cancer is completely cured or mostly 90% cured, but the animal's whole system is affected, like yeah, his circulatory system, or his nephrotoxicity, that is kidney is damaged, heart is damaged. So though the cancer is cured, but the animal cannot live a longer time because the other systems are affected. This is what exactly happens in normal conventional treatment. But in photodynamic therapy, if you see the last picture, the cancer is also cured. If you compare this with the first animal and the last animal, the size is also reduced. That is, the cancer is also cured. At the same time, you can see that the animal is beautiful, that it is becoming normal. Okay, so the side effects is reduced. So you can understand that the patient's survival is increased. The patient, after treatment, he'll live for longer time. This is what the approach is. Okay, these are different genes. Okay, these are different genes on whatever things are. Okay, positive message. You may be thinking that cancer, it's a very difficult thing. It's very difficult to cure. We don't know how to cure cancer because many different approaches are there. But what exactly happens? Because many different treatment strategies are found in the world, in the research realm. But which one is effective? There are lots of confusions. Which one is effective? And you are saying that it is effective on one person and it is not effective on other person. So you'll be having lots of confusions related to cancer and the treatment of cancer. But let me encourage you with a positive message. According to WHO, almost 50% of cancer can be preventable. You know the word preventable? It means varumun kopam. Huh? Before it comes, you have to cure it. Okay, prevention approach. Almost 50% of cancers, you can prevent it. You got it? Please keep this in your mind. How to prevent it? Okay, by simple things. Few things. Early detection is there. You can screen early detect. You can early detect cancer. You can detect a cancer before it comes. Okay. Say for example, breast cancer screening is there. Cervical cancer screening is there. Even colon cancer screening is also there, so that you can understand if a person is having this what to say uh, differences in his body during the screening procedure. They can identify maybe in 10 years time, if the same continues, in the 10 years time the person will get cancer, so that they can predict well in advance and they can prevent it. So likewise, through the early detection screening strategies, more than 60% of the tumors can be prevented, can be detected earlier, and it can be treated. uh, when I'm talking about cancer treatment, I forgot about to mention one different thing. There are different stages of cancer. You need to understand there are different stages of cancer. Stage 1 to 4 is there. In stage 1 and 2, if a person is found out with cancer in stage 1 and 2, it is almost preventable. Stage 1, 90 percentage cured. Person can be cured. If a person is finding out, if a person is diagnosed with a cancer in stage 1, 90 percentage the cancer can be cured. If the person is diagnosed with stage 2 cancer, almost 70 to 80% can be cured. So stage 1 and stage 2 cancers are almost curable or completely curable, you can say, or almost curable. But stage 3, where metastasis starts. Say for example, stage if a person is diagnosed with stage 3, the cure becomes very difficult. If a person is diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, you can tell that the cancer cannot be cured at all. You can understand from the doctors are telling that this person will live for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or whatever. The doctors know very well that the person is going to die because of cancer, because it cannot be cured. You got it? So stage 3 and 4 cannot be cured. Almost it is very difficult. But again, subjective. I know people, there are cases who went into stage 4 cancers, but then they were completely cured. Stage 4 cancers. That is what I'm telling you. Every cancer is different. Every cancer treatment is different. And also the cancer treatment is subjective. That means it works well for me, it will not work for you. This is how it goes. Okay. So 60 percentage of cancers can be, if it is early detected, it can be curable. And positive changes under for 5 lifestyle changes I told you, no, which was given by WHO. Okay, if you are focusing on these 5 positive lifestyle changes, then it will reduce the risk of cancer. Say for example, one thing, diet and exercise. That is what I've written. Consistent diet na, diet and exercise பாத்தீங்கன்னா திடீர்னு ஏதாவது ஒரு motivation video பார்த்துட்டு, or திடீர்னு if you see a heroine or if you see a hero in a movie whose body is very fit and beautiful, you get motivated and you start dieting. You may be seeing, people, particularly in the young ages, they start dieting and doing strenuous exercise, but it is not consistent. You need to understand, when something is not consistent, it is more dangerous than it, for a person whom it is not following. Or a person obese இருந்துட்டா பரவாயில்ல. Okay, but if a obese person, if he is trying diet and exercise, and if he is stopping, if it is inconsistent, and it is going to be more dangerous than actually a person who is obese. Okay, but the thing is that if you have a consistent diet and exercise, what is the consistent diet and exercise? What it is following: balanced diet, no junk foods or less junk foods, balanced diets, more of green veggies and fruits. Okay, more number of fruits and vegetables. Okay, that is balanced diet. That is the positive influence in the diet. And exercise, consistency in the exercise, they are telling, particularly which is related to cancer, they are telling that 3 days of exercise in a week, 3 days of exercise in a week, okay, is called as consistent exercise. Okay, or it is called as regular exercise. 3 day of exercise in a week for 30 minutes, that's enough. Okay, if it is done, 30% of cancers are preventable. And in case if you reduce the risk of smoking, okay, you can stay away from the cancers which is affected by tobacco. You can see the 20% of cancers are affected by tobacco. The final note is prevention is always better than cure. Okay, prevention is always better than cure. There is no cure which is as important or as better than prevention. Okay, so we know that something is going to come, it's better to prevent it. Okay, okay, fine. This is what about photodynamic therapy is, and this is what about the pros and cons of photodynamic therapy. Pros and cons of photodynamic. What is the advantage and disadvantage? I told you what is photodynamic therapy and how it works, and how plants can be used and plant products can be used in the photodynamic therapy. That is what I showed you now. And what is the advantage and disadvantage? As you know very well, photodynamic therapy is based on light. Sometimes the light cannot pass through internal cancer or interior cancers. Say, for example, some cancers may be inside of your body, very deep inside of your body, where the light cannot penetrate through there, where we cannot take the light there, the light source, whether that is laser or visible light or whatever it is there. So photodynamic therapy, in those cases, it becomes very difficult, or in those cases, it becomes a dream, which cannot be done. But in case if it is done, the photodynamic therapy, in case if it is done, it is very less in side effects, and it increases the patient survival. Photodynamic therapy has proven to increase the survival of patients. Okay, these are the main disadvantage and advantage of photodynamic therapy. Okay, let's talk about the opportunities in few, maybe in 5 minutes of time. We started by around 1 o'clock. Now it is around 2 o'clock. For you, it is 4:30. Now it is 5:30. Maybe we'll take 5 more minutes. Is it okay, sir, to talk about the opportunities that is available?
Uh,
Okay.
please, sir. Please.
Oh, okay, fine. Just okay. இப்போ நம்ம பார்த்தோம், we just saw about what about the cancer, what are the different treatments of cancers, and what is photodynamic therapy, and what exactly it does in the cellular level and in the morphological level and also in the physiological level, everything that we have seen with some evidences and the results. Okay, I'm not going very deep into that. I have shown you. Now, what are the opportunities available in the research? If you want to fix your mind to R&D or research, there are lots of research jobs out there. Okay, I'm a teacher, I teach. Okay, I teach. But apart from that, you need to know one thing. You have the opportunity to go and work in a university or in a college as a teacher after doing your pharmacy, and also you have the opportunity to go and work as a pharmacist in different hospitals and different drug centers. Okay, or you have the opportunity after pharmacy, you have the opportunity to start your own business, maybe to start a pharmacy unit. Okay, medical shop or whatever it is, whether in a small scale or in a big scale or whatever it is. Okay, and also you have the chances to go and work in the pharmaceutical industries. I need to tell you one particular thing. Food and pharmaceutical industry is the one in this food, pharmaceutical industry, and computers or IT. These are the three different sectors which till the end of this world you will be having opportunities. Mark my words, till the end of the world, till the world goes off, you'll be having opportunities related to food, you'll be having opportunities in the field related to pharmacy or drug, and you'll be having opportunities related to what I told you, food and pharmacy and IT sectors. Okay, because everything is interconnected, and man or woman, anyone, they needs all these three things. Okay, fine. So you have lots of opportunities as a pharmacist. Let's talk something about the opportunities available. You have I'm not going into what exactly is that. There are three different types of research. One is called as basic research, translation research, or clinical research. Basic research means why it is happening. Translation research means how basic research now, for example, if you take a disease, why the disease is happening, or what makes, say for example, if you take the cancer, how the cancer is happening, what is the change in the genes and everything. When you're studying, it is called as basic research. Translation research, when you apply the knowledge of basic research to translation research, like, okay, the cancer is caused because of that. Now, how this can be cured by the introduction of some drugs? How introduction of some drugs can cure these cancers or different diseases? This research is called as translation research, or most of the R&Ds and everything, they do translation research. The final thing is called as clinical research. Say, for example, clinical research now, when a drug is proven in cells, when a drug is proven in animals, when it is done in the humans, that is called as clinical research. So as a pharmacist, you have opportunities in all these research fields. You got it? And you need to know, I'm talking about cancers, so you need to know there are 25 different cancer research institutes are there in the world. This is government cancer research institute in the world. Sorry, in India. Maybe you can type what are the different 25 cancer research institutes in India, and you need to understand that India, even every state, say for example, even Tamil Nadu has a cancer research institute. You must have heard about Adayar Cancer Institute. Okay, in Tamil Nadu also you have a cancer research institute. These are government cancer institute, 25 major. But apart from that, there are more than 125 to 130, 125 to 130 cancer private cancer research institutes are there throughout India. Say, for example, you must have heard about TIF, or Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, which was started as a private body, but later it has merged with the government. You must have heard about Tata Memorial Center, TMC, Tata Memorial Center, which is in Mumbai. Okay, which they do about in the memory of Tata, which they do about research in cancer and treatment in cancers. Likewise, there are many government and non-governmental cancer research institutes are there in India, where you have lots of opportunities. If you do your B Farm, you can join in some of the companies or in different levels, okay, as technicians or as assistants. But in case if you are finished, if you are pursuing your career in M Farm, in your masters, you have quite a lot of opportunities. You can further proceed it towards PhD. PhD na, not in private or not in government. I'm not talking about private or government or whatever it is, whether it may be private or whether it is government. But in PhD, do you know you have n number of chances to get the sponsorship? Okay, everywhere. Okay, and a JRF, SRF, project assistant, even PDF post, even researcher, research associate, scientist level, where you can see that there are different opportunities which are available in the field of cancer for a pharmacist. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, you need to understand cancer research is in great demand across the whole world. US, they're spending a lot of money for cancer, for treating cancer. Asia Pacific region, that is India and Asian countries are called as Asia Pacific region, and Middle East. In the US, Asia Pacific region, and Middle East, you have a great demand or a great opportunities for cancer. Okay, for the research in cancer. Maybe in case this is just to kindle your idea, this is just I'm telling you to just energize you or to boost you to tell a different dimension which is existing, where lots of opportunities are underlying. You must have heard about IARC, International Agency for Research on Cancer. One thing, many Indians are working there. It's from a WHO organization. It's from WHO. WHO is having a special wing for cancer called as IASRC, International Agency for Research on Cancer, is specifically for cancer from the WHO. Okay, it's an intergovernmental organization. Of course, the main headquarters is there in France, and it has many offers. It has many offers. You can go and search the websites. It has many offers. Maybe after your PGs, you can just go and approach it. And I need to tell you, all the posts are approachable and open. See, the most important thing is that what you need to know in your mind is the world is becoming highly competitive, and India, with more than billions of population, it is becoming highly populated. You are not the only person who is doing the B Form or M Form or D Form or whatever it is. Likewise, in India, all over India or all over the world, or particularly India, you have lots of universities and colleges offering B Form or M Form. But what makes you more competitive is that you have to hunt for the opportunities. Opportunities are available, but don't expect a person to come and give you a job at your doorstep. It is your responsibility to go and search. I need to tell you, ஒரு கம்பெனிலேருந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஆஃபர் லெட்டர், ஒரு கம்பெனிலேருந்து இல்லை ஒரு யூனிவர்சிட்டியிலேருந்து, இல்லை ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃப்ரம் ஒன் பிளேஸ் or one professor, if you want to get a positive approach from one person, at least minimum you have to try 100 different persons. Okay, don't expect You approach 10 people, but no one is replying. Don't tell like that. You have to approach till you get. That is what. Please keep this in your mind. Don't rest. Okay, don't rest till you get it. Okay, because opportunities are enormous, and it is spread across, and it is up to the survival of the fittest. If you're fit enough, if you're energetic enough, if you're proactive enough to search and get it, you can get it. It's available. You got it. Break through the monotony, and you can achieve it. Okay, let me just quickly swift through. Okay, and being okay, இப்போ நீங்க நினைக்கலாம் I'm இப்போ you're telling it, and it is only applicable for the M.Pharm students or the PhD in pharmacy students. But what about us being B.Pharms and whatever it is? You need to understand that every உங்களோட நீங்க வந்து உங்க B.Pharm படிக்கிறீங்களா இல்ல D.Pharm படிக்கிறீங்களா, if you are working in an university for 4 years, if you're studying in a university for 4 years or 5 years, you need to keep this in your mind. எந்த உங்களோட summer vacationையும் you should not spend it just like that. You need to understand that there are lots of summer fellowships are going on during the summer vacations, particularly from the month of April to July. You got it, 4 different months, April to July, 5 months. Many government and non-governmental organizations are offering summer fellowships or summer programs, summer camps, and most of the camps are free of cost, and some of the camps, in case which are offered by the government, even they are paying you. You got it. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are telling that you are a fresh candidate, or if you are telling that I'm a fresh person for B.Pharm, just I'm a first year student, second year student, I'm just giving you a tip. Do as much as internships and trainings as possible. ஒருவேளை நீங்க ஒருவேளை கேர்ளா இருக்கலாம், you may be a girl, you may be thinking that all the most of the fellowships are in the North India or somewhere where my family is not allowing me to go to different places. But I'll tell you, in your place or in your city itself, you'll be having different opportunities. You can go and approach different institutions, and you can go and do trainings and internships there. I'll tell you, the trainings and internships, the number of trainings and internships that you're taking in your study or in your course will make you stand significant or different from the rest of the individuals. Okay, if I'm running a company, I'm getting 2 applications. Both the persons have completed their B.Pharm, but one person has completed just B.Pharm, other person has completed B.Pharm with lots of trainings and lots of internships and lots of different collaborations. Whom do you think I will give the job? I'll give the job to the other person who is, apart from his study, who is very competent, making herself or himself competent as. This is how it should work. You have to make use of the trainings and opportunities and internship. Just these are random things that I picked from the net. You can if you just search it, you can find everything is available. It is not hidden. Everything is available. Just search it and you'll get it. You got it, right? Okay, how to approach? Contact them. It is networking. I'll tell you a simple tip. It's networking. Now it is only webinar, international conferences, and everything is going on, but during due course of time, the things will change. நிறைய international conferences வரும், where you can go and attend it in person. Why you have to go and attend an international or national conference is that to meet professors, to meet different contact persons, even virtually. For example, if I am there, likewise, I heard that I think இது வந்து 66th international webinar னு கேள்விப்பட்டேன். More than 60 webinars. It means more than 60 different resource person have spoken to you. Let me ask you one thing. How many of you have approached at least one person or two persons for anything? You contacted them for anything out of that 60? Can you just think of yourselves? Now, 60 பேர்ல எத்தனை பேரை நீங்க காண்டாக்ட் பண்ணீங்க? See, I'll tell you, it is the personal contact that you're making. It is the personal network that you're forming with different individuals of your area, which makes you stand very significant. Okay, so network is your net worth. Okay, so how to approach, how to get into opportunities, how to grab some opportunities. Frame your network. Go and meet different people or contact different people through mails. Okay, web search, do a web search, because everything is available in the net. Okay, yes, of course you can spend your time in WhatsApp. Yes, of course you can spend your time in Instagram and YouTube or whatever it is, of course, because you need some relaxation, you can do that. But there should be some limit. Okay, I'm not telling you that don't do WhatsApp, don't do YouTube, don't do Facebook, just study. Nothing, I'm not telling you like that. Everything should be in a limit, everything should be in a common. You do that. I'm not telling you don't do that, you please do that, but do this also. Okay, you watch a movie in YouTube, you watch anything, whatever it is you want, but at the same time, try this also. You go, you search some websites, you go and search in GlaxoSmithKline website, go and search in Reddy's laboratory websites. Being a pharmacy students, Dana, let me ask you one thing. How many of you have gone and opened some of the pharmacy drug companies websites? அவங்களோட career column எத்தனை பேர் பார்த்திருக்கீங்க? How many of you have gone? You may be a first year or second year student, but that doesn't matter. நீங்க வந்து ஃபைனல் இயர்ல தான் நீ என்ன வேலை பார்க்க போறேன்னு நீங்க யோசிக்க கூடாது. You have to think in well ahead. You got it? First year படிக்கும் போதே you need to know what should happen in your life after 4 years. That is what planning exactly is. That எத்தனை பேர் நீங்க உங்க ஃபார்மசி தானே, எத்தனை பேர் உங்க ஃபார்மசி ட்ரக் கம்பெனிஸோட வெப்சைட்ஸ் பார்த்துருக்கீங்க, அதில் கரியர் காலம் பார்த்துருக்கீங்க, எத்தனை பேர் யார் யாரெல்லாம் இருக்காங்கன்னு பார்த்துருக்கீங்க, ஏதாவது தமிழ் ஆட்கள் இருக்காங்களா? பிகாஸ் we are Tamilians, any Tamil ஆட்கள், or if you are an Android, have you searched whether you have some persons, or what are the works that is going on, what are the opportunities that is available, any job column அப்படி பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? Please do that. Visit new institutes. Now it is very difficult for you to go and visit in person. Okay, but you can go virtually visit the institute through the website and whatever it is. I'll tell you, when you do that, you may be spending around 15 to 20 minutes to fully surf the entire website of the institute or any institute. Okay, when you do that, I'll tell you, after the 20 minutes, you'll be having lots of ideas in your mind. You will be having, lots of opportunities are available. You will be getting that in your mind. You got it? This is how you need to do. And also, if you are this I'm specifically talking to a final year MPharm student, or a student who is in a doctorate level or whatever it is. Always be ready with a proposal na நீங்க வந்து ஒரு 12 pages 15 pages proposal வைக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. Proposal is something, just a write up, it may be a half page, it just gives you an idea, it makes you a visionary. எனக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கு அப்படின்ட்டு when you're approaching for a job, when you're particularly on research, when you're approaching a professor with a proposal, more chances are there that the person will like you, the professor will like you. This is how it works. And communication skills, written and oral. See, for example, ஏன் இதை நான் சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, seventh, it is very important because we are so much used to WhatsApp languages. Yes, yes, we are putting yes. Okay, you, I'll call you. How you will write I will call you? Is there anyone who is writing will call you? No, I ரெண்டு L போடுவோம், call, and you போடுவோம். I'll tell you the same thing. We are so much used to this WhatsApp language, okay, or trending Insta language or whatever it is. But I'll tell you the same languages will reflect when you're typing a formal email. See, you met a person, you know a person, you want to approach that person. You met a person, you met a professor, or you met a person in a drug industry, you want to approach a person. How you will be writing? The written communication is very, very important. So the person has not seen you, but he is seeing your mail of 5 lines or 6 lines, and the 5 lines and 6 lines the person will be able to assess you, what kind of person you are, whether you are capable, whether you are eligible. A person can make an assessment. So your written and oral communication is very, very important. இங்க பாருங்க, நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டிலேருந்து வந்திருக்கலாம், நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம தமிழ் மீடியத்தில் படிச்சிருக்கலாம், இங்கிலீஷ் பேச நமக்கு தெரியாமல் இருக்கலாம், அதில் ஒரு தப்புமே கிடையாது, அது ஒரு மேட்டரே இல்லை. You need to understand one thing, English is a communication language, that's it. But it is not so tough. Anything can come by practice. You have different templates available in the internet. You can follow the templates. You can just approach any person. So what I'm trying to say is that please approach someone. இப்போ என்னோட வெபினாரை நீங்க இன்னைக்கு கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா? It should create an impact in you. What it should create is that, no, at the end of hearing this, you please apply this in your life. I want each and maybe ஒரு ஒரு 20 members attend பண்றீங்களா, ஒரு 40 members students particularly attend பண்றீங்களா எனக்கு தெரியல. But I want all of the people, all of the students who attend this, I want to go and try this out. Please go and visit your area of interest, whether that is in pharmacy, pharmaceutical company, or research centers, or whatever it is. போய் சில இன்ஸ்டிடியூட்ஸ் வெப்சைட்ல பாருங்க, ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் சம் பர்சன், அவங்களோட மெயில் ஐடிலாம் இருக்கு. எதுக்காக எதுக்காக இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனல் வெப்சைட்ல அவங்க மெயில் ஐடி கொடுக்காங்க? It is to approach. It is to approach. You don't think that it is not a sin to approach a person through mail. You know one thing, நீங்க approach பண்ணீங்கன்னா definitely they'll reply you. I got, when I was a student, when I approached many people, I got many replies from so-called director level people could, they replied. So that is how it is up to you. We have to approach them. Okay, I'm expecting this from you. Please, as a brother or as a friend, I'm just giving you an advice. Please try this. Okay, fine. Yeah, know yourself. You need to know who you are. Know yourself. And please prepare your CV. If you are particular in your final year, please prepare your CV, that is resume. Know the company. I told everything. Okay. And finally, to stop, you should have the patient. Please look into this slide. I like this slide very much. These are the eight things in order to be great. The first thing is passion. அப்பா அம்மா சொல்றாங்கலாம் கிடையாது, எங்க சார் சொல்றாங்கலாம் கிடையாது. I have a passion in my heart. It should come from my heart. The first thing which drives you towards success is passion. The second thing, when you have a passion, please work towards it. Don't keep this as a dream. Please make your dream into reality. For that, you should work. And when you start working on it, you need to focus it, because there will be different distractions at this stage or in any stage of your life. But you need to concentrate. You need to focus on what your vision or what your plan is. And when you focus it, you push towards it. Sometimes it doesn't mean that in the first step itself you will win. A beautiful success is behind 100 failures. That is what the famous statement says. 100 தடவை fail பண்ணாலும் you have to win at the end. So push constantly, and you'll be getting lots of ideas. There is no mistake in trying that. Come up with new ideas, because the world is expecting creative people. You got it? And you need to understand, now everything becomes interdisciplinary. Okay, so you can merge your ideas and improve. Okay, always there is a room for improvement. Analyze yourself and improve. Don't think that I'm highly everything is done in my life. I'm highly sufficient. That's it. There is nothing to improve in my life. Even if a person is 80 years old, there are some areas in his life to improve. So always improve yourself. That is how your idea should be. And serve each other. It's very important. Don't hide your ideas and don't hide your opportunities, whatever it is. Please help each other. When you help someone, you'll be helped in it. And persistence, finally, persistent means never give up. Don't give up. Push always. So just have these 8 things. These are some 8 tips I'm just giving you. It is not related to photodynamic therapy, but it is related to life. Okay, please try it out, and it will definitely lead you to success. And all the very best for you. Okay, I'm so sure all of you will be winning, and all of you will be successful in your life, because success is not related to one person or a group of people. It is for everyone. You can be successful in anything. Every person in fact can be successful. Okay, success will be yours, and I wish you all the very best for it. And I would like to thank my funding agencies. These are different funding agencies. Okay, these are the different things which have contributed to my growth. And also, I'm working in the Laser Research Center as a postdoctoral research scientist. At the same time, I'm also working as an assistant professor in an Indian university, University in Gujarat as well. So very recently, we signed an MOU between our university, Indian University, and Laser Research Center. Maybe in due course of time, I'm planning to bring my students here who are doing PhD under me. I'm planning to bring them here. So that is how it works. Okay, just I'm telling you what I did. That's it. This is the most important slide. I need to tell you this 3-letter word I'm very proud about. It talks Tamil. Okay, நான் எந்த ஊருக்கு போனாலும் I'm very proud that I'm a Tamilian. Okay, என்னைக்குமே நான் வந்து I'm not undermining my language. I'm so proud that I'm speaking Tamil. You got it? ஒரு ஒரு ரொம்ப வருஷங்களுக்கு முன்பாக ஒரு தொன்மையான ஒரு மொழியை நான் பேசுறேன். நான் ஒரு தமிழன் அப்படிங்கிறதுல எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷப்படுறேன். I just want to give acknowledgement to my language. And I'm so happy to brand myself as a Tamilian. I'm just talking in English because it's a common platform. That's why I'm talking in English. Okay. But நான் தமிழன் என்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறேன். எந்த உலகத்துல எந்த ஊர்ல இருந்தாலும். Okay. Be proud about your mother language. Be proud about your mother tongue. English is just a communication language. Of course, you need to give importance to that as well. But don't ignore Tamil. Okay. Fine. Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you so much. I wish you all the very best to every one of you. I really thank the organizers, and especially I think Anbu sir. I think he contacted me, and the principal sir. And thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you so much, and thank you so much all of you for your patient listening. I wish you all the very best. In case if you have any questions, you can interact now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So there is a question from Mr. Raghavendran third from D, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes.
It was a very long question, sir. Can you able to read that? It's around half page it was coming. If you open the chat box, you can able to see that, sir.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, so many people should have. Raghavendran third from the okay. Oh my God. I have no any doubts, sir, but say
Okay, sir.
something you told me.
Okay, sir. Sir, some other questions there.
Okay.
Okay,
I
sir.
think
Photodynamic theory.
Okay, Raghavendran, third pharmacy D. In case if you want to get your doubts clarified, I think it's lengthy, and I guess that some of the things that you have mentioned, I clarified it. But in case if you still need some clarification, you can just contact me personally through my email. Okay, you can get my email. You can contact me personally in email, and I can reply. That's not a big deal. Okay, fine, we can work it out. Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Yeah. Sir, in photodynamic theory, you are telling about the photosensitizers.
Yes,
The
yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, actually, and in limitation, you have told some of the areas where light cannot enter, we can able to treat that using photodynamic therapy. Also, you have told, sir.
Yes.
So,
sir.
Your the photodynamic therapy is mostly on topical oriented, or intravenous or oral control.
Yeah. No, sir, it is not only topical. I can get it. It is not only topical. In case, for example, photodynamic therapy for first, found to be very effective in skin cancer because it is topical application. Easily, you can drop a skin and you can just do it. But now you can use photodynamic therapy even for interior things as well. For interior in underlying tissues also you can use it because you have special optic fibers which you can use it and you can send it and you can do this. So it's not a big deal because of the advance in technology.
Okay, sir. You have told you are going to be combine the drug along with the photosensitizer.
Yes, sir.
We can use any drug, sir, or the photosensitizer itself is going to be act as a drug, sir?
Actually, photosensitizer is actually a drug. Okay, photosensitizer is actually a drug. It is not actually a drug. Photosensitizers can sensitize the photodynamic therapy. ஒரு நார்மல் லைட்டை அது ஒரு சென்சிட்டிவ் லைட்டா ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு ஏற்ற ஒரு லைட்டா மாத்துறது இட்ஸ் photodynamic therapy. That is what exactly it's happening. But you can introduce, because I told you photodynamic therapy, it also has got some side effects as well. I'm sorry, side effects as well. So you have to try it with different drug combinations. Like I'm using a planned drug combination in order to increase the effect furthermore and also to reduce the side effects. Likewise, we can introduce different treatment methodologies. Like we can use nanomedicine, we can use even plant compounds, or we can use another different compounds and club it with photodynamic therapy. At the end, why you're doing everything, at the end it should be highly effective than the earlier form, than the நார்மல் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஷுட் பி ஃபைல் எஃபெக்டிவ். நான் சொல்றேன், எந்த ஒரு ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டும் ஒரு 2% or 3% ஒரு இன்க்ரீஸ் நீங்க பண்ணி காமிச்சீங்கன்னா, ஏதாவது ஒரு மாடிஃபிகேஷன் பண்ணி ஒரு 3 or 5% இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணி காமிச்சீங்கன்னா, இட்ஸ் a very big advancement. You got it? So that is why the research and related to drug development, not only in cancer and in every field, it is increasing enormously. So it works in that manner. So you can use any different drug combinations, but it based on the literature survey. You have to study that and you have to see everything, and you cannot just like that add any other drug and you can find it is effective. No, you have to study the research of it, literature survey and everything. You have to do it, and later you can introduce it. That's how it is done. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, many students. Hello. Hello. Sir, actually, there is an international photodynamic association is there. Okay, photodynamic PDA ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Photodynamic association is there. So it is an international organization. India is also having its chapter. Photodynamic Association of India is also there. So many research institutes and even in some hospitals, they are practicing photodynamic therapy, even in India. So, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions? Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, you have initially you have told about lot thing about the conventional therapy, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, still in most of the cases, we are practicing conventional therapy only, sir.
Yes. Actually, yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
still,
Actually,
yeah, there are a lot of side effects, and you have
yeah.
told in advanced
Yes.
therapy, it is less. The patient may have less side effects, like you have told, sir. Then why people
Yes.
are
Yes.
practicing conventional therapy? Due to cost only, or any other reasons?
Actually, conventional therapy, I told you very clearly, conventional therapies are widely accepted because, for example, every doctor he has trained, every oncologist, he must have been trained with surgery and for radiation therapy or whatever it is. Any technician can do. But advanced treatment strategies, the training is actually less. The trained doctors who are in the advanced treatment strategies are very, very less, and the doctors are not taking extra attention to go and update themselves for the trying the advanced treatment strategies. So in the conventional therapies is since it is done generation after generation, they're just following. They don't want to update it. That is one thing. And also for them, it is very easy to use because they practiced it. They don't want to learn new things. And advanced treatment strategies, it requires some sophisticated instruments, some treatment strategies, particularly if you see, if you want to treat a person due to immunotherapy or stem cell therapy, it is not simple. It needs some technology, it needs something to be introduced, which is cost effective. So the lab or the hospitals will not be willing to do that, though patient survival is more in that. They're not willing to do that because most of the hospitals nowadays are running like a business, right? They're not running for treating patients. They're just running it for their own business. So this is the main thing. So cost and experience is the limiting factors for the application of these latest treatment strategies. Though they are effective, they are not employed because the person is not trained, and it is it is more costly. So this is the simple thing. That's why, in order to treat, if a person is having good money, that's why a person is going to abroad. US போய் treatment எதுக்கு பண்றாங்க? Because US is very advanced, and they're treating through the advanced treatment methods. That's why we are going abroad, US or Singapore அப்படிதான் போறோம். But in India, we are doing most of it. We are doing it as just for a business, and that's why the problem is. It is not about the treatment. It is about the person who is doing the treatment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir.
Thank you,
It went on very well, sir.
Yeah.
Any other question? So I think it's time to conclude, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sure.
You have presented very well, and you have motivated our students with a lot of opportunities also, sir. Apart from the knowledge part, you have explored various career options also in the research.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I had a wonderful time with you.
Yes.
And
Thank
hope
you.
some of them will become researchers, and they may have some. They also explore some of the new therapies for cancer also, sir. So thank you
Yes,
for
yes, sir.
spending valuable time with us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I thank the principal, and I also personally thank you for this opportunity. I hope this is benefited by everyone. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. When you have time, when you are coming to India, just let us know, sir. If possible, we can have a direct interaction with our students. We can able to arrange a direct interaction with students. That will be eye opener for
Definitely, sir. We'll plan, sir. We'll plan.